Well, hello everybody, and whether you're watching it live or on repeat, welcome to another Printify webinar. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today, because we are going to be exploring the world of personalized products for your POD shop. And my goal, by the end of today's presentation, you're going to be so excited that you're going to run right out and start your own line of personalized products for your store. Okay, so let's have a lot of fun today. We're going to be giving away some prizes. We're going to be talking about personalization, and be sure to pay attention because we are going to have a trivia question based on today's presentation. At the end, we'll be popping a link to a survey into the chat. Lucky 3 people who answer the trivia question correctly and answer our survey, that'll only take you about 30 seconds to complete. You will win a prize package of a cool Printify Webinars hoodie, like the one I am wearing today, and a personalized Printify mug and $50 of Printify sales credit. So pay attention, there will be a quiz later, okay? And also, at 2 points in today's presentation, I'm going to stop the show, and I'm going to give away an opportunity for you to put $50 of Printify sales credit right into your Printify account. So I'm going to ask everyone watching live to get out your Printify account and click on that little green button on the upper right-hand corner. Go down to the drop-down menu where it says Payments, click on that, and scroll down to where it says Coupons, because I'm going to be announcing a coupon code, and the first person who enters it into the coupon area correctly and will receive that $50 that I promised. Okay, now there won't be any bells and whistles saying you won or you lost. You'll either get that credit or it'll say this coupon doesn't exist because you were a little bit too late. But don't worry, you'll have 2 chances to win. All right. So let's get into today's presentation, but before, I want to invite everybody watching, whether you're watching live or on repeat, to join me for one of my live Q&A sessions. If you want to talk about some of the subjects that I covered in today's webinar, join me. I do these sessions on Mondays and Wednesdays. Anybody is free to join. It's 100% free. We're going to pop that link into the chat. Just click on there, book yourself a spot, and I'll see you there. We can talk about anything under the sun when it comes to either Printify or the POD universe in general. My only goal with those sessions is to make you a more educated, more competent, more profitable POD merchant. So join me Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay? So here's what we'll cover in today's presentation. We're going to talk about what personalization actually is. We're going to talk about the products. Okay, and we're going to talk about how you create personalized designs. I'm going to give you a short little demo. We're going to talk about how you set your storefront up to accept personalized orders, and then how you fulfill them on the Printify side of things. Okay, and as always, at the end of today's presentation, we will have a live Q&A session where I'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so but no need to hold on to your questions until the end. As I'm discussing these topics, if those questions pop into your head, go ahead and put those into the chat. Our moderator, Chris Stubbs, will collect those, and I'll address those at the end. So no need to wait, okay? And speaking of the chat feature, why don't you all put in where you're joining us from? This is something I love to do. I love to see where you all are joining us from. I love to see how international these kind of events are. So if you wouldn't mind, go ahead into the chat, put your city, state, province, country, what have you, and let's see where we are all joining from. Okay, I see Wisconsin, Seattle. Oh, Seattle, good, a local person, wonderful. New Jersey, Belgium, Slovenia, San Diego. Oh, I used to live in San Diego, it's beautiful. San Antonio, Richmond, Sweden. Wow, look at how international this is. Charlotte, Maryland, Illinois. Oh my goodness, thank you all so much for joining. Berlin, Germany. It's all coming in fast now. Hawaii, oh, it's too fast to read. But thank you so much for joining. You're going to be so excited about personalized products by the time I'm presenting this today, okay? And why is that, okay? Because what is personalization? Well, personalization at its very core, I'm sure you all have some idea of what personalization is, but at its very core, it's designing products according to the needs and specifications and desires of your customer. You give them what they ask for. And this particular market is booming. Okay, if you just look at this little green stat here in green, you can see the tremendous potential for growth in this area. And just in the years I've been in this business, we've seen a massive expansion in that, okay? So you can tap into that huge market. And you can put a layer onto your storefront if you're not already offering personalized products to capture sales where you otherwise wouldn't be poised to do so. Okay? And it's a way to diversify things, and you can set a premium price for a premium service depending on the level of personalization that you plan to offer, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the presentation. And the print-on-demand business model aligns perfectly with customer expectations. It is built for personalization, okay? Because your customer knows that you don't have a product with their exact name on it, or their wedding date, or their children's name on it, just sitting in a warehouse somewhere. They understand that it takes time to create that product, put it on to create that design, put it on a product, and print and ship it out. So it aligns perfectly with how print-on-demand works, where it takes a couple days for something to go through production, only then to hit the mail. So your customers completely understand the process, and you are poised to tap into this market as a POD seller perfectly, simply by the way print-on-demand works, where you're able to apply custom designs to products, okay? And anyone can do it, and I'm going to prove it to you by the end of today's webinar, okay? All right, so which products perform best? Well, I just put a few on here for you to for us to talk about. Firstly, we have canvases, and just a note here, we'll be joined in another 2 weeks by a representative from John Doe, and we're going to talk about the world of wall art, canvas, posters, that sort of thing. And I guarantee you by the end of that presentation, you're going to be wanting to add wall art to your store and capture this very, very lucrative market. So join me in 2 weeks for that. Okay? But back to personalization. I mean, blankets, mugs. Mugs are super popular in this niche. Tapestries, super popular for the wedding market. Wedding season is ramping up right now. Okay, we're already seeing demand for wedding stuff already. Socks, and of course, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, that sort of thing, okay? But we have a catalog of over 800 products, and literally you can put a customized, personalized design on any one of these products. So the sky is really the limit, okay? All right, so in what sort of occasions or situations are people apt to buy personalized designs? Well, weddings, bachelorette and bachelorette parties, there's an opportunity to sell a bunch of products for this kind of stuff. Birthdays, anniversaries, family vacations. Now, when I started in this industry, and I was taken aback by how popular this one particular niche was, about how families go on a trip together and they get shirts made for it, like the Davis family tour, summer tour of the national parks, and then everybody gets a t-shirt and they wear it, and it's a keepsake and it's a memory. Okay, or everyone goes to Hawaii for the summer, or for a vacation, and they get shirts made up for it. You'd be surprised how lucrative that market is. So that might be something to consider. And let's not forget the holidays, the gift-giving holidays, when personalization is just aligns perfectly with what people want to give during these holidays. I mean, think about it. Valentine's Day. Excuse me. Valentine's Day is a perfect opportunity to put couples' names on products. Mother's Day, Father's Day, perfect. The example that you see on your screen right now is a very simple example. It's a Mother's Day design. Just put the kid's name on it. Very easy. It's a template design. I'll get into template designing a little bit later in the presentation. But just keep in mind that there's always an opportunity, no matter what time of the year it is, to take advantage of and target the personalization market. Okay? And let's not forget the very lucrative aspect of this, which is designing personalized products for pets and their owners. Okay, I would be lying to you if I didn't say this was a surprisingly large portion of the personalization market. People love their pets. I bet you there's a bunch of people watching this webinar right now that would love to have a blanket or some socks or a bandana with their pet's information and their name on it. But just keep in mind that this is something that you should definitely consider if you decide to go this direction. Okay. All right, well, I promised you the opportunity to win some money, so go ahead and get your Printify accounts ready because it's going to be time to enter that first coupon code. So, little green button, upper right-hand side. Scroll down to payments, get ready to put in the coupon code. Are you ready? Okay, the first coupon code for today is personalize it. All one word spelled just like this, okay? All right, and if you are the winner, go ahead and let us know in chat so we can all celebrate. And if you didn't win, well, don't worry. There will be another chance later on in today's presentation. Okay? All right, so let's get into creating these designs. Okay, I've made the case for why you should be doing it and the products you should be choosing. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of designing. Okay? So feel free to make use of some of the free and low-cost design tools that are out there, and like Canva and Kittl, and shout out to Kittl. They're going to be joining us for a webinar next month. Okay, Inkscape and GIMP. Now these all have free versions and very low-cost paid versions. Okay, to create these sort of designs for your personalization, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it with completely free, just using the tools in our Printify mockup generator as well. So stay tuned for the demo that's going to be coming up very, very shortly, okay? But each one of these is very simple to use, and by the end of it, you're going to want to go out and start personalizing products. Okay, so let's talk about the kind of designs that are out there that are popular in this particular niche. Now, there are simple text designs like what you see in front of you. Very simple, very straightforward, minimalistic designs are very popular right now. And it's just adding a name and a beautiful font onto a product. Very simple, personalizes it. Everyone knows that it's Natalie's water bottle, or it's Haley's water bottle, and at the gym there's going to be no mistaking it. Okay, and it's very simple to do. You can choose from a variety of designs, and this is an example of our text feature in our mockup generator. I'll be giving a demo of that, but it's very simple. Just kind of put it on there, and you're done, and you've actually done a personalized product. Voila. Now, the next example I want to give is by far the most popular way of doing personalized designs in print on demand, okay? And that is by using templates. And what I mean by that is you create a design that is, evergreen, like the one you see, in front of you here. It's husband, father, grandpa, legend. The only thing you have to change on this is the year. Okay, the rest of the template stays the same. So as you collect your customer's information, you just add the information that would be swapped out. Very easy, very straightforward, and it's a way of providing a really personalized design that means something to your customer. Okay. And this is going to be a theme I'm going to mention several times throughout the presentation, but you always want to be clear about what it is you offer and provide clear instructions, provide pictures showing exactly what it is your customers will be customizing, what they can expect, so that they can give you clear information. But that's going to be key to doing this quickly and effectively, so you don't have to go back and forth with your customers, and that's just going to add to increase fulfillment times while you figure out the information. So the clearer you can be, the better off you are going to be, okay? And you'll be able to save these templates in our mockup generator, and I'll show you exactly how that's done here when we get to the demo portion of the of today's webinar. Okay, and this is just a quick example of a text design in template form. Now, this is a very simple, this would be for a bride-to-be or a fairly recent bride, and you can see how easily you can swap out the name and the date accordingly, okay? And here's another example. This merchant is using a little bit of end-user customization. This is a Shopify merchant, and you can see that there's the ability to select all kinds of different designs from pre-selected options, and then add in the information here that you would like to have included, so that everything comes out personalized on the other end. And we'll get into a little bit more about third-party apps and plugins a little bit later in the presentation, but I just wanted to show you this one so you know that there's all sorts of different ways to make this presentation. And that's kind of going to be one of the themes of today's webinar. Is I'm going to go only a few layers deep into this personalization so you can understand it, so you can be comfortable with it, so you can go out there and apply it. But know that there are plenty of layers after what I'm going to show you. That once you get familiar with at least the nuts and bolts of it, you can then venture further into it if you so desire. Okay. And here's another option. Now, converting images into digital art. Now, there's a couple of resources out there like Inkscape or GIMP, where you can take a high-quality image and sort of vectorize it and turn it into the version that you see here before you. And it's a very cool, very simple, very straightforward way to take an image and put a little spin on it and sell it back to your customer, and they're going to love it. Okay, and again, here's the example of tapping into the pets market. Okay, this is exactly the kind of mug that my wife would buy 5 or 6 of. Okay. And of course, you can always create these personalized designs from scratch if you have the skills to do so. If you are a designer yourself, or you feel comfortable with some of these tools, you can offer to create an entire brand new image from scratch according to your customer's specifications. And keep in mind that the more premium experience, the more premium design, the more effort you put into it, the more premium, the higher price you can charge for that service. Okay, so if this is something you feel comfortable with, go for it. Okay, and again, print on demand is aligned perfectly for you designers out there that have these kind of skills. But let's say you don't have those kind of skills, but you still want to provide that kind of experience. Well, no problem. There are plenty of freelancers out there, whether you take advantage of services like Fiverr or Upwork, or you just look around in your local community and you can make partnerships with these designers and sort of pass along customer information to them. They do the work, you check it, boom, and then you apply it and fulfill it and create a mutually beneficial partnership between yourself and these designers. Okay, and this is also something you can scale up when things get really, really popular and rolling, and you're getting more orders and more orders. You can just take that successful business model that you have developed with your 1 or 2 freelancers, and then apply that across to more freelancers as you bring them on as your business grows and grows and grows. Okay, but just know that this will probably add a little bit of fulfillment time to the end product. Okay. All right. Well, it's time for that demo that I promised you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you exactly how you can create a few customized products in using your using the tools in your Printify account, and very limited tools, limited outside designs from one of those free and low cost design tools like Kittl or Canva. Okay, so I'm right here on our new arrivals page, and you can find that here in our catalog from the drop-down menu. I'm going to go to bestsellers here real quick. Okay. Oh, and before I go further, I just want to point out this feature right here. Okay, we're going to pop something into the chat about this. You can now do business in a few currencies. Before, we were only doing business in US dollars, but now we've recently added the ability to do business in your local currency, and so far we have British pounds, and we just recently added Canadian dollars. Okay, and we're going to be adding Australian dollars and euros too. So stay tuned for that. But right now, you can do business in dollars, pounds, and Canadian dollars. So that's pretty cool. Okay, all right. So I promised you a demo. Here we go. Let's make a mug today. Okay, now I'm going to choose the most popular mug on the market, the ceramic 11-ounce white mug. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. Now, here's the design template. Now, since Easter is right around the corner, let's make an Easter mug. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to graphics and take advantage of the free graphics that are in everybody's Printify account. Feel free to use these as much as you want. Okay, 100% free. There's a section for Easter holidays. Let's go down and, oh, I like this one right here. These cute little bunny ears. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a design out of this. Okay, so I'm just putting these here. And let's do something a little personal. Okay, so let's add a custom text. Okay, there's that custom text feature that I was teasing earlier. Okay, and we'll just go Happy Easter. Oh, and let's, there we go. Okay, and we'll just size that to fit. Wonderful. Okay, but you know what? I don't necessarily like that font, so let's choose a better one. Sort of make it look happy and festive. Great, no problem. Let's go ahead and size this down a little bit just so we can fit more onto the mug here. Happy Easter. But this is a personalization webinar. So I hear you asking me, Martin, where's the personalization? Well, it's coming right up. I'm going to add another text design here. And let's say this is for Nana Ruth. Okay, we're going to give this to our Nana. Okay, I'm going to change the font to match. And I'm going through this quickly on purpose, just so I can prove to you that you can do this yourself, and it's super easy, and like I said, anybody can do it. Happy Easter, Nana Ruth. Everything lines up. Let's dress it up just a little bit more. Going back into my free graphics here. Let's take an element like one of these little leaves here, size it to fit, and I like the way that looks. I'm going to duplicate it right here and bring it over here, but I want the image to be reversed so it kind of lines up nicely and perfectly. There we go. You can see those red lines are lining everything up. Let's bring it a little bit closer. Wonderful. But you know what? I want to change this font to make it look nice and pretty. So let's go with a nice purple. And I want the Nana Ruth to be a nice pink. So it all looks kind of great. Okay, let's move that over just a little bit. Okay, but mugs look good with stuff on both sides. So I'm going to take this, duplicate it. Wonderful. Now I have it on both sides. There we go. Now we've created a mug. And I'm just going to select all this, click here, and save it as a template, so I can use it later. All right, and that took, what, a minute and a half to do? 2 minutes at 2 minutes tops, and this is what you came up with. Now, okay, granted, it's very simple, it's very straightforward, but I bet you can get someone to sell this, or I bet you could get someone to buy this, actually. Okay, so, and if we just want to make any changes to it, oops. Like say, for instance, we needed to make another one. Well, we've saved our template, so we just click on that. Wonderful. And Aunt Jane. Now we're going to send one to Aunt Jane. Duplicate it. Get rid of Nana Ruth. Line that up perfectly. Aunt Jane, you now have your own mug. See, and it's just as simple as that to swap out the name. The rest of the template stays the same. Okay. Now I'm going to do another product for you here. I'm going to do wrapping paper because I always thought that customized wrapping paper should be more popular than it is. Eliminates the need for a card. So I'm just going to show you a quick way to do customized wrapping paper. Okay, and since Mother's Day is coming up around the corner, let's just do a quick Mother's Day wrapping paper design. Okay, and we'll just go down to the mom and dad stuff. There it is. And we'll take this design here, size it down, and take advantage of the pattern creator. So we just click on here, and boom, beautiful. Okay, but let's space this out a little bit. Space it out a little bit here because we're going to put stuff in the middle. Line it up. Wonderful. There we go. Oh, let's go just a little bit more. Wonderful. Excellent. Now, since I'm going to be taking advantage of the pattern tool once again, I'm not going to be able to use the text editor, so I am going to use an uploaded text design that I did on one of those free and low-cost services. Okay, and let's just say our mother's name is Betty. Size that down to fit, and use the pattern tool. Space it out. So there we go. And then There we go. So it appears in between. There we go. Just like that. But we want to change the background color. Say Mama's favorite color is pink. Let's go with light pink. There we go. So there we go. Very easily we've created customized wrapping paper. And just a quick preview of what that's going to look like. Okay. Very simple, very straightforward. You can choose whatever font you want. Okay. Maybe you want to line this up a little more perfectly. Okay. I'm just doing this quickly. But there you go. Customized wrapping paper. And you can swap these out. No problem. Just get rid of the Betty. And let's say you get an order from Sharon. Okay, just follow those same principles, create a pattern, wonderful, and then just kind of size everything to fit. Wonderful, everything lines up and it's beautiful. Sharon gets a beautiful, wonderful. Change the background, maybe Sharon's favorite color is orange. Voila, and it's really that simple. You can save this as a template and move on, okay? But t-shirts are a very popular niche in this personalized market. So let's just do a quick t-shirt, and I'm gonna upload a text design, or excuse me, a digital design that I worked on one of those free and low-cost tools. I use Kittle, okay? And we'll just do a Valentine's Day shirt, okay? Size it to fit, go up here, get a text design, and then we'll just do, let's say it's for Jessica and Robert. Okay. No problem. We size that down to fit. Change it into a romantic looking font. Great. Put it here. Jessica and Robert, wonderful. There we go. And you can put like a heart element in between, but I just wanted to show you that this can be done very, very quickly. This is what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like on both Jessica and Robert. Okay, beautiful. You can see it here. Wonderful. Jessica and Robert, they're in love. They love it. They're going to buy this, buy several more items from you. Okay? So those are just 3 quick designs. I did those in literally just a few minutes. Okay? So that just shows that you can use the tools that you have available and those free and low-cost tools and open up this lucrative market for yourself literally right now. Okay? All right, so let's continue with the presentation because I want to focus, I want to let you in on how to set this up on your storefront and then how to fulfill your products on the Printify side of things, okay? So let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about how to set things up on your storefront side, okay? And again, be super clear about what it is you offer, what information you need from your customers. Make sure that your mock-up images and visuals aid in this process so they understand what information to provide and what they'll be getting on the other end. And make sure that your store is set up with the proper information boxes to collect that information and that your customers know how and when to do so. Okay. So the first thing I want to, sales channel I want to discuss is how to do this on Etsy. Now Etsy has a really cool way of making personalization happen. Now as you set up a listing, if that listing is going to be offering some level of personalization, well, Etsy gives you the option to simply just to hit a switch and mark this product for personalization, okay? And one thing you need to know is do not check this box that says personalization is optional. You for these kind of products, you want to make sure that they enter in the proper information to be able so that you can collect it and personalize it. And be aware that you can these information collection boxes, you can limit the characters in case so your customers don't overshare information and they just give you the information that it is you're looking for, like just the names or just the event, that sort of thing. So just know that that is an option. Okay. So here's an example. You can see this merchant right here is offering a few different levels of personalization. I would bet you dollars to donuts that they have a ton of these sort of ear designs, and they swap those out and just put in the text design for the that corresponds to the name of your pet. And they offer a couple digital versions here. This one looks like it's been vectorized. Okay, but you can see right here that they have a very comprehensive, clear list of instructions for you to follow, and they give you a couple different options for how to send in the photo. You can either do it in the message seller box, and they also give you a email address for you to contact, and then ask you to supply the Etsy order number. Okay, so it's a very simple, very straightforward way of collecting that information. Okay, here's another example. Okay, very simple text design. This merchant probably most likely has done every single letter of the alphabet in these 3 different styles, and they just sort of select those from their saved templates and put put the corresponding personalized name associated with it. Slap it on a mug. Boom, they're done. Okay, how long is that going to take? Okay, once you've completed those templates. Okay, but all they need to know is what color of letter, what letter to use, and then the name. Okay, there's no need for any back and forth between this merchant and the customer. Customer provides the information, collects it, does the work, and the order goes into production. And before you know it, the customer has a personalized mug delivered to their doorstep. It's absolutely perfect. Okay. And personalization on Shopify. Now, this is where things get interesting, because Shopify gives you the freedom and flexibility to add a few layers to this process by making use of third-party apps or plugins. Okay, and just a couple apps that I have listed here, like TM Blue, Customly, and then a plugin, personalized image uploader. That's a Shopify plugin. Okay, and these allow for a certain level of end-user customization. And what that means is you're able to go a few more layers deep into the whole personalization aspect and give your customers control of exactly which elements and themes and personalization that they want involved with their products. Okay, but being on Shopify doesn't mean you have to make it complicated. Here's a very simple example of a gray shirt. This is a listing that offers one color, one design, and you just submit the names you want included on this mom shirt. No need to go back and forth with the customer, and everything's clear, and the process happens very straightforward and comprehensively. Okay, and they're selling this shirt for $32. Not bad. Okay. And here's another Shopify example. Is a very extensive description of what you would like to have. And here's an example of a personalized pet design on an all-over print sweatshirt. Now, this is exactly the kind of sweatshirt like my wife would buy and then wear to a wedding and then be like, "What? I don't understand the problem. Everything's fine." Okay. So just know that there are people out there that would buy this kind of stuff. Okay, when it comes to pets, everything under the sun is fair game. Okay, but I just put this up here as an example for you to see. Okay. All right, well, I promised you another chance to win, and that chance is right now. Okay, so get your Printify accounts out, and once again, little green button upper right-hand side, scroll down to payments, and then go down to where it says coupons, and get ready to enter in today's second coupon. Okay, are you ready? Let's see, the coupon is I love YouTube, because we all love YouTube. And this is a reminder for everybody watching, be it live or on replay, to please subscribe to our channel. Click on that subscribe button, because we are putting up cool videos all the time, and we have a whole slew of videos about tons of different topics, about a number of different aspects of being a successful print-on-demand seller. So if you haven't already, check out the videos in our YouTube channel. Subscribe so you don't miss when we put up new ones. But it would be a great service and a favor to me if everybody watching would subscribe to our channel. Please and thank you. All right. Well, let's continue on with the presentation, because we talked about how to set up things on your storefront side. Let's talk about how to set things up on the Printify side of things, okay? So there are 4 general ways that you can fulfill personalized products on Printify. Okay, there's manual orders, then there's adjusting SKU numbers manually, and taking advantage of the Other Orders tab, CSV import feature, and custom API integration. I'm going to spend more time on the first two rather than the last two, because the last two are more of if you're doing this at scale. These are solutions for if you're doing a ton of orders. At a very fast pace. I'll mention them briefly, but I want to talk about manual orders and then sending orders to the Other Order tab mostly, okay? So manual orders. Now this, for this, you would have to set your order fulfillment settings to manual. That means that no orders go into production automatically. You would send each order to production yourself. So you have full control over what and when goes into production, okay? Now, this means that for orders that don't require customization, boom, you just put them in when you're ready. Okay, but if an order does require customization, okay, you don't have to. It's not going to go in automatically. You're free to make those changes when you like, and then send it to production when it's ready. And be mindful that these order fulfillment settings are on a store by store basis, and it doesn't apply account wide. Okay, so if you're operating multiple stores, just know you'll have to set this on a store by store basis. Okay, so how does this happen? Well, you create a placeholder or a display product, okay, that you will publish to your sales channel, and then you will put a comprehensive description of what kind of personalization you offer with mock-up images showing exactly what the customer can expect, and set clear expectations for them and how to collect that information. So great, someone sees this customized design, and they want to make use of your personalization services. Okay, so that they would pay for that product on their storefront. That would end up in your on your orders page, waiting for manual fulfillment. So what you would do is just go to My Products, find that placeholder product or display product that you published to your channel, create a duplicate of it, okay? And that kind of acts like a template, sort of a way to save a template as well, because all you need to do is go in and just alter the design accordingly, okay? And when you're done, be sure to save that as a draft. Do not publish that to your sales channel because you don't want to interfere with that display product or that or the placeholder product. Okay, and then once you have applied the correct designs, just go back to the orders page, find the order, edit the order, click edit, and then import the design, the personalized design product, delete the placeholder product, and then boom, you're done. You can send that to production and your customer is super, super happy, okay? This is a very popular way to fulfill this because you have total control and you don't risk anything going to production automatically, okay? Now, this second way is mainly for those of you that want to still have your Printify orders go into production automatically, but you still want to be able to offer a certain layer of customization, but you don't want to risk those orders that need customization to slip through into the automatic fulfillment. So before we go any further, let's just talk quickly about what an SKU or a SKU number is, okay? Now, every product, every variant, every color has a SKU number, and when that's published to your sales channel and someone buys that product, that SKU number information is sent to us so we know what product to fulfill. Now, and the SKU number corresponds to a product in a certain color and with a design in a certain place, okay? So we know what to fulfill. Now, if you go onto your, if you create one of those placeholder or display products, publish that to your store, then go onto your storefront and alter the SKU number, okay, so it does not match with that corresponding product in your Printify account, okay? What happens is that product is, we don't know, when that product information is sent to us, we don't know what product you're talking about and we can't fulfill it, which is a good thing in this particular situation, okay? Because that product will go into what is called the Other Orders tab. And just in the chat, how many of you out there even knew that there was an Other Orders tab? Okay? Because not a lot of people even know it exists, even though you probably stared at it many, many times, because it's right there next to your Printify orders on your My Orders page. Okay? But any order that doesn't have a corresponding SKU number from your storefront and ends up in this Other Orders tab. And for this to happen, you need to go to your store settings and click the option to have all the orders imported from your store, not just the Printify orders. Okay? Otherwise, no orders will end up in your Other Orders tab. Okay? So once this personalized product comes into the Other Orders tab, you simply need to go in there, find it, curate this Other Orders tab on a regular basis, looking for personalized products that come in, and you then just click on the order and the product, and you'll be presented with a series of prompts, whether it be for to find products in your to find the product in your product page, or to create this product from scratch from a product in our catalog. Simply follow the prompts, add the design or the created product that you've already made, adjust the design if needed, and then simply import that into your regular order flow, and boom, it's fulfilled like a regular order. Okay, and your other orders are and your normal orders that come in are fulfilled automatically if you have your settings set to do so. Okay, so whichever way works best for you is what I would suggest for you to go with. Manual orders, having total control, or alter those SKUs on your storefront and curate that Other Orders tab, and then apply the personalized design or product as those orders come in. Okay? And the last two I'm going to touch on briefly, and we're just going to put something quickly into the chat, a Help Center article that talks about these two features. I just wanted to mention these just so everybody out there knows that it's an option. Okay? But the CSV import feature is just a way for you to import orders in bulk using a spreadsheet. And this is a way for you to do a ton of orders at a time and just boom, get them in all at once. Okay? And the other option would be the custom API integration, where you would build the functionality you need for personalization on your end, be it yourself or using a software developer. Okay, and then you would just connect to us via the Printify custom API integration, and we would just fulfill your orders that way. Okay, but it's really some both of these are really some next level stuff. So once you get your personalization business humming, just know that these options are available for you when you start fulfilling at scale. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, now we're almost at the end of today's presentation, so let's talk about what we've learned and the things I would like to see you remember from this presentation, okay? Personalized products are a way for you to diversify your business. If you're not offering personalized products, well, you can use some of those simple techniques that I showed you earlier to start accepting orders for this kind of stuff and add a layer to capture sales that you normally wouldn't have been able to previously. So it's a great way to offer that for your customers in this ever-growing aspect of print on demand. Okay? And they buy them all year round. Your customers are always looking for something. There's always an event. There's always something going on. The need for personalization doesn't stop. Okay? And especially around gift-giving holidays. So keep that in mind. Okay? And you don't need prior experience. I just showed you how to do 3 products in the span of, I don't know, what was it, 5-6 minutes. Okay? And that's just really at level 1. As you get more familiar with this and the tools involved, you can start adding deeper and deeper layers to this personalization and be able to charge accordingly. Okay? Provide clear instructions. Provide clear instructions on the policies, on the information, and be able to and what you need to collect from your customers to eliminate all that back and forth. If you can collect everything all at once and start fulfilling, well, your customer is going to be a more happy customer and come back for more sales again, and again. Okay, and fulfill your Printify products using any of those methods that I explained, manual orders or by altering the SKU number on your storefront and having them sent to your Other Orders tab, okay? Whatever works for you, we give you the freedom and flexibility to do so, okay? And I want everybody out there, as you're doing this, if you come up with an aspect of the process that you would like to see improved, well, let us know. That's how we know what to work on to make the experience better for you, to save you more time and make you more money. So reach out to our merchant support using the little green button on the lower left-hand side of your Printify dashboard and just let us know. It's like, I was doing personalized product and I'd love it if you would do this, or I would love it if you would do that, okay? But just know behind the scenes, we're constantly working on ways to improve the system and to make it more streamlined, again, so you can spend less time doing it and make more money by fulfilling more orders, okay? All right, well, one last plug for my live Q&A session. If you want to discuss anything we talked about here in this personalization webinar, join me Mondays and Wednesdays, 100% free. We're going to pop that link right into the chat. Book yourself a spot. We can talk about this webinar. We can talk about any previous webinars. We can talk about anything in the Printify universe, about your Printify account, fulfilling orders. My only goal is to sit down with you and share my expertise so that you can be more knowledgeable and more profitable print-on-demand sellers. So don't hesitate. Join me Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'll see you there. Okay? Wonderful. All right. Well, I promised you a live Q&A session, and I am nothing if not a man of my word. So let me go ahead and pull up the questions for today's webinar, and thank you so much for sticking with us through this entire presentation, and thank you for submitting your questions. Okay, first one comes from Flash for Fun. Thank you so much for joining us today, Flash for Fun. When is the right time to start creating designs for these holidays? Okay, well, it's never too soon. Okay, you're way too late for Easter, that's obvious, okay? But the next big one that's coming up is gonna be Mother's Day. I know people that have already got their Mother's Day designs up, okay? And they're already, and some people are already working on Father's Day designs. And that's not until June, but you can never start too soon, okay? Especially if you're an Etsy merchant, Mother's Day and Father's Day, super big on Etsy. So that's like one of the go-to places that people go to get their Mother's Day and Father's Day stuff. Okay, so it's never too soon. Never too soon. Okay. Billy Halpin asks, and thank you for joining us, Billy. Can you upload your own fonts, or is this just pre-existing? Yeah, you have. You're unable. You're talking about the text feature in the mockup generator. No, you're not able to upload your own fonts, but we have a big list of fonts that you can choose from. Okay, but if you can't find what you're looking for there, go to one of those free or low-cost design tools like Kittl or Canva or any of them out there, and you're going to find a plethora of options for text designs there, and you can simply pick and choose and upload those into your Printify account. Okay. Excuse me. You won't be able to upload the fonts, but you'll be able to upload the designs you create with those fonts. Okay. Just to be clear. Okay. Marcis 2401. Thank you for joining us, Marcis. Okay, Marcis asks, are there a lot of successful sellers who offer personalization? Yeah, some of our biggest merchants focus exclusively on that, okay? And he was also wondering, is personalization only profitable around holiday, or is it demand all year round? Well, I mentioned all those occasions that happened, at various times of the years. I mean, people are having birthdays all the time. People are going on vacations all the time. There's literally always something going on, and there's always a demand for personalization. Is it going to spike around holidays? Well, yeah, for sure. Around Christmas, those gift-giving holidays, for sure. But there's always a demand, and as I demonstrated at the beginning of this presentation, that demand grows year after year after year. Okay. All right, Jennifer Rinman, however it's pronounced, but thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us. Jennifer's question is there a way to set up sets of things like his or her shirts or a set of mugs? Yes, there is. Okay, you can, what Jennifer is referring to here is like product bundles, okay? And there is a way to do that. That's beyond the scope of today's presentation. Maybe we can work on a webinar that explores this, but it involves custom SKU numbers and a process. But there's some super cool videos out there that explore this particular topic. I would highly recommend you check out some YouTube videos by one of our previous webinars webinar guest, Cassie Johnson. She does a very good exploration on this particular subject. So if this is something you're interested, go to Cassie Johnson's YouTube page and look for those videos. Okay, but yes, there is a way. Okay. SAB Online Enterprises, LLC. Well, that's a very official name, but thank you so much for joining us, okay? Their question is, how do you set the product up so you have the opportunity to personalize before the order goes through, okay? Well, yeah, he's talking about end user customization, which Etsy doesn't really allow for that sort of functionality. But there are some of those third-party apps and Shopify plugins and other options for those standalone stores where you can offer that layer of service. But I would recommend you going back to reviewing the section of this webinar where I talk specifically about that stuff. But yes, there are options out there. Okay, but on Etsy, really limited, sort of a one-size-fits-all. So you're going to have to describe what you need, and then they're going and your customers are going to have to, based on that description, provide that information. Okay. Rocket growth strategies and digital marketing. Okay, their question is, can I put a mock-up generator on my website? Well, not right now. Perhaps maybe that'll be an opportunity or that you can take advantage of in the future. But as of right now, the mock-up generator is located in only one place, and that's on your Printify account. Okay. And our final question for the day comes from, let's see, Elsie DeGret. Almost said, looked like Etsy. Elsie DeGret. Okay, wonderful. So Elsie's question is, wow, this is so nice. Thanks for teaching. Man, I love you. I love you too, Elsie. That is not officially a question. So I don't know how that got into our list here, but I love you too. Believe me, I love doing these webinars. I love sharing. With the POD community at large. That's why I love doing these webinars on these certain topics, doing the Q&As and meeting you folks face to face and hearing your stories, seeing what I can do to make you more profitable sellers. So if you haven't already, sign up for my live Q&A session. Continue watching these webinars. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us in 2 weeks where we'll be sitting down with a representative from John Doe and we're going to explore the world of wall art and why you should be selling wall art, and so you can tap into this majorly lucrative market, because when it comes to posters and canvases, they're always up in the top products sold worldwide in print on demand. So you're going to want to, at the end of that presentation, start adding wall art. And why not add a layer of personalization on there and put everything together and offer personalized wall art. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Join us in 2 weeks. If you won some prizes, that's great. You have another opportunity to win some prizes because we're going to put the link for our survey into the chat right now, and you'll be able to answer our trivia question based on the presentation. 3 lucky winners will be selected at random to win a Printify hoodie like the one I'm wearing right here, a customized Printify mug, and $50 of Printify sales credit put directly into your Printify account. Okay, so do that now. It'll only take you 30 seconds, and subscribe to the channel. Join us in 2 weeks. I love you, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, everyone.